It would be somewhere around about 1960. Now and again, some reader will bring in a book and say, look, I think this is wrong. And we'd find that there'd been a neatly typed caption pasted in over the original caption at the foot of a picture in a book. Sometimes amusing, sometimes mildly obscene. Gradually, these increased, and then we found a second type of thing started developing. And this was alterations to the actual book jackets. There's one here, it may not be very visible there, the pictures are rather small. It's a book about the great Tudors, and each one of the pictures has had a different face. That, in fact, is a monkey's face, carefully pasted over the original face on the photograph. A certain number of biographies where there was a portrait of the original biography on the front of the book were changed. This one of Robert Helpman has got a couple of people wrestling there on the front. Another biography was this one of John Betjeman, where the portrait of Betjeman has been replaced by a man with his whole body tattooed. Then we started getting these rather surrealistic ones. There's a similar one which was mentioned in the original trial for theft, of the picture of a monkey pasted over the middle of a rose in a book on roses. There's another one here which is mildly amusing. It's the novel The Steel Cocoon, and there's a very tight jockstrap pasted there underneath the title. Then we started getting some worked on the illustrations inside the books. This one here in a biography of, I think it was Gertrude Lawrence. I'm not quite sure. This is a still from the film, which was shown as an illustration, in which she's playing the part of Edith Cavell in a prison cell, and over here on this side there's the warder looking through the prison cell door at her, and in the middle is the middle torso section from a Greek statue at which she's gazing. Underneath it says, during the Second World War, I was working from dawn to dusk to serve the many thousands of sailors, soldiers and airmen. American GIs came in shoals to my surgery, and some had very peculiar orders for me. And that was the picture that illustrated it. We had quite a series of these Gollancz books. This is an old and rather tatty cover now, but you can see they used to have an almost facsimile typewriter blurb down here, and by carefully taking this lot out, cutting down there, reversing the paper to get the blank side, they were able to place that back in position with a typewritten blurb on it. Most of these blurbs were written in the true style so that one started reading almost without realizing that this was a thing which had been doctored. I'll read you a little bit of this one. When little Betty McDree says that she's been interfered with, her mother at first laughs. It is only something the kiddies picked up off the television. But when sorting through the laundry, Mrs. McDree discovers that a new pair of young Betty's knickers are missing, she thinks again. It goes on like that. They go to the police station, and young Betty identifies P.C. Brenda Coolidge as the attacker. A search is made of the women's police barracks. What is found there is a 7-inch phallus and a pair of knickers of the kind used by Betty. All looks black for kindly P.C. Coolidge. What can she do? This is one of the most enthralling stories ever written by Miss Sayers. It is the only one in which the murder weapon is concealed, not for reasons of fear, but for reasons of decency. And he goes on to say, read this behind closed doors and have a good shit whilst you're reading it.